Hey guys, welcome back for another edition of Smart Money Saturday. I'm definitely happy to have you guys back with me again, and I'm happy to announce nothing really this week. So this week has been very chill. I have a lot going on next week, so I'm looking forward to that. But today I want to share with you guys a book review. So in December of last year, I was contacted by someone to do a book review, and I was like, okay, yeah, sure. So they sent me the book, and actually this book is published by Harper's Collins, which is a big, huge book publisher in New York. Like, oh my gosh. So they actually sent me the book, and I read it, and I posted a review on Amazon, but instead they want me to do a review on camera. So today's Smart Money Saturday is all about You Need a Budget by Jesse McCam. I think that's how you say his name. So I want to share 5 things I learned from this book, or 5 things that I think are great about this book. All right, the first thing is, well, first let me say I am definitely a Dave Ramsey follower, but I have read books from like Susie Orman. Like, there's so many different people who talk about debt freedom, and amazing. So I think it's really important to kind of figure out who fits you, or whose strategies are most effective for your journey toward debt freedom, okay? So stay open. That's my advice. All right, so number 1, this book is for me, I felt it was very conversational and humorous. So the tone is like, there's a lot of like little jokes throughout the book. And I think that's important because when you talk about money, finances, debt, it's uncomfortable for most people. And as you're reading this, it kind of decreases that anxiety that you have when you're thinking and reflecting on your money. So I like that about this book. Number 2 is this book really focuses on preparing for the unknown. So in terms of Dave Ramsey, we call it more like sinking funds, right? So if you have a reunion coming up, or an anniversary, or let's say you have a work conference to attend, you already start to put those in your budget. So it's not something that, you just kind of have to try to come up with all of a sudden. You've already prepared that and put that in your budget. Roll with the punches. So be willing to adapt and change. There was something that came up in December, and I had just finished this book, and I think had I not have read this book, I would have been like, oh my gosh, my budget is all the way messed up now. But I think I had to pull something from my savings account, some money from my savings account, in order to pay for that. And I was like, oh man, like, I was kind of feeling like I was failing my journey, like I was messing up. But I read this book, and it really allowed me to understand that things are going to happen. And if you have to use money, use it. That's what it's there for. But I think when you're on this journey, you're like, I want to just do it all perfectly. I don't want to be pulling money from my savings account. But just, you have to sometimes. And this book really helped me understand that you have to roll with the punches and keep going. 4th thing I would say is identify your priorities. It's really, really, really focused on identifying your priorities. So if it's buying a house, if it's saving up for retirement, if it's saving up for a vacation, you have to identify your priorities and start like a small budget for that. So it's already incorporated in your daily or monthly or weekly budgets already. And it's not something that you just kind of like it's hard to explain, but it's like incorporated in your budget. It's different from Dave Ramsey, I will say that much. Like, it's kind of hard to wrap my mind around it. But you already start to incorporate those in your regular budget. It's not like, it's kind of different from sinking funds in the fact that it's in your actual budget, if that makes sense. That's the way I got it. So, and the 5th thing is it's really focused on saving. Again, of course, you have your sinking funds, which is not called that in this book, but you really focused on saving, okay? So making sure that you are saving for retirement, you are saving for those really big expenses. So I think this book, for me, I feel it's definitely different, obviously, because I'm still trying to wrap my mind around it, because I've been following Dave Ramsey. So it's a little different from the Dave Ramsey plan, the baby steps, they're more like, I would say rigid, but in comparison to this, it is much more rigid. And it's kind of like a type A type of personality would really be good with Dave Ramsey versus a type B personality would fit well with this type of budget. So I had to go psychology with you on that one because that's the best way I can explain it. I think this is good for millennials. I think it's good for people who are fresh out of college. I think it's good for couples, people who like just married. And I think it's good for single parents because it's much more flexible. Yeah, so that's my review on this book. It's really good. It's a good book, and I think it's good. I think that there's a spreadsheet that comes with it that you can download. I think it's you can probably look on the website. I think it's YNAB.com or something like that, and you should be able to download that. Some people use that spreadsheet with the baby steps and Dave Ramsey, so I think you can incorporate both. It's a really good book, like it really is, and some really good things you can take from this. There's a podcast, the YNAB podcast. There's a blog on www.youneedabudget.com/blog. So check it out for yourself. Share your comments below. Like, what are your thoughts on this book? What are your thoughts on this type of budget plan? And if you're following Dave Ramsey, what do you think about this book? And how do you think it differs from the Dave Ramsey baby steps? And what works for you? So look, we're all trying to get debt free, and that's what it's all about. So whatever works for you, find out, figure out what works for you. But this is my review of You Need a Budget. See you guys next week.